Hey everyone, it's Lisa with Mimi's DIY Journey. Thanks for joining me today. I am going to go back to the Garden Whispers journal that I was creating. This digital kit is created by Pam over at Silver and Sparkles. I'll leave a link in the description box below to her YouTube and also her Etsy. On her YouTube, she does create a lot of tutorials that go along with her digital kits, so I highly recommend that you go over and check out her YouTube channel. So we did create this some time ago, but I haven't finished it yet. So I just have a simple envelope cover, opens up, and we have some goodies in here, and a little ephemera, some writing space. And I should have left this as a pocket, but hindsight's always 20/20. So I have a little ribbon tie. And then I haven't really done a whole lot. Like, I haven't done the cover, the inside front cover or back cover yet. I did create a journal card. I don't know what you want to call it, so that you can put it back behind your paper and write. So I did create that. We've got a little pocket here with some goodies. We did do this one together. Just a little simple flip folio with a notepad inside, and a tag, and a little pocket here with some goodies in that. If right now I just paper clip that on. Let's see, we did another little pocket here. Actually, I did not do this on camera. I did this last night, I believe. Yesterday. Did a little stamp here. And then this is like a little file folder pocket with a little tag inside. Of course, we can add more goodies to that. That could actually probably go on the side like that. Okay. And then it can stick out the side there. That is super cute. I like that. Okay. On we go. So I have the digital papers, and then like some book page, coffee stain paper, some dictionary page. This is kind of like, almost like construction paper. Let's see. And I left my ties long for right now until I decide what I'm going to do with them. Some little writing paper that I took out of another notebook. Because I wanted the paper, not the cover. This cute little bunny. I think that is it. I say I didn't think I've done much in here. Yeah. Okay. So today I thought we would just kind of put the journal aside and just make some ephemera without looking at the journal. Although I should measure my pages so that I don't make anything too big. Okay, so what I would like to do today is just make some ephemera to go in the journal. So I have some book page, I have some little doilies, some library cards. I have some of the ephemera cut out from the digital kit. So I think we have plenty that will keep us busy for a little bit. So here, I am actually going to slide this over here. And then I have some scraps as well that we can use. Yeah, this is all cardstock here. Yep, there we go. So yeah, I have some scraps here. This actually is not scrap. That's how it came from the digital kit. So, alright, let's get creating. I have no idea what I want to do. So like, I need pockets and tags, of course. So actually, this scrap right here would make a good pocket. So I was trying not to keep the journal out because I don't want to concentrate on the journal per se. I want to make ephemera, but I want to make sure that I'm not making it too big either. So, alright. So let's make a pocket, and then we'll make a tag to go down inside of it. So I actually went just a little bit bigger than my mark. Let's go 3.5 on the height. Oops. Get out of there. Alright. And then oh, it's right here. I moved stuff around again. I just wasn't liking where everything was at. Okay, I'm gonna go just a little over 1/4 of an inch on both sides, and that's going to give us, what do you want to call it, a little tab that we can fold over and use. Oh yeah, and that will actually work on any of the pages. Okay, so where's my little scissors? Right here. I'm going to miter these corners. Okay. We'll give it a little notch. Make sure. Oh, like that. Try and get it about center. Okay. And then we'll ink. And that's going to give us a sweet little pocket. Okay. I'm going to move my ink to this side. Alright, so I have a little bit of book page here. That actually goes with the ephemera. Cut this down. Just a little bit. Let's see. Cute little stack of books. Choose Joy. Let's search, yeah, for butterfly. What if we just put this, oh, ruler right here. Oh boy. I should probably go over with the scraps. And here, let me get one that I haven't stamped on. Cute little butterfly. Okay, I don't know about the Choose Joy. Not that I don't like it, I do. I just think it's a little too big here. Bloom where you are planted. Okay. Maybe. Oh, here's a little pocket too that we can use. Couple more little pockets here. Oh, here's another one. It looks like all tags. Oh, I like that one. Okay, what other little sentiments do we have? How about number 4, 5, 7, 8 with some pretty little flowers? Perfect. Okay. So let's go ahead and ink these. So I will say, if you are new to my channel, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you being here. And of course, if you are returning, thank you for coming back. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. That is the best way to support me. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell and select all so you don't miss any future content from me. Alright. So let's get to gluing. goes like that, because it has a little flower on it, so I'm going to make sure I'm not putting that flower upside down. Looks like a peony. Peony and a daisy. Ah, come here, little card. Keep a hold of it. There we go. That is so stinking cute. Right, we'll put a little punch right here to the side. And right on top. I think that'll work. If I can get my hands to work. Oh my goodness. And we could have, you know, put a tab there, or... But I think that's cute. And that can just slide down in that pocket. Or it can slide down in one of these little pockets. Probably not these. These are too tiny. But it could this or this. So let's go ahead and let's see, line this up the best that I can. Okay, just making sure I had it straight so that I'm not scoring crooked. Okay. Then we'll have this one ready to go that we can glue in. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and ink this one. Oops. And we'll ink these two little pockets. There we go. So we got a couple pockets ready. Alright, we'll just set that to the side. And this one we've already got stamped, but I have these already cut out and ready to go. Of course, that one's one of my favorites. The lily is one of my favorites. Let's grab this one and let's see what we can do. What can we make out of this that we can put in there? So we could fold it in half. I'm thinking like mini. So let's see. What do we got? 8 inches. So let's score this. Let's go 3 inches. Get this off of here. I'm just going to do both sides here. Alright. That can fold up. Let's cut these little pockets apart. And actually, let's fold it in half and then we'll miter. Alright, now we can open it back up and flip it up like so. I think we need to cut it off just a little bit because it'll fit on some of the pages, but if I decide to put it on one of the smaller ones, it's not going to fit. So let me unfold those so it's not as thick. 4 inches? I think 4 inches is good. Okay. We'll just set those to the side. Oh, and when you fold them, they're good. They're flush. So I don't really need to miter the outside. Okay. Let's glue. And I am just going to put glue on this one side. On the outside. And that's going to leave that open. I think it'll be easier to tuck some stuff in. Alright. Okay. You just get back right over there where you belong. That is super cute. Okay. So we can glue it in like this, or we could tuck it in a pocket. Alright. That's a little too big, and I really don't want to cut that down. That is perfect. That's a little too big. Home is not a place, it's a feeling. Love grows here. So we could glue that on. And then trim it off. Or go and catch catch, catch. Okay. There's that. Let's ink this. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do we want to round the corners on this? Sure. We can do that. There we go. See. Oh, I like the little doily behind it. And that way I'm using up one of these doilies. I have a bunch of them. I even have like pink ones somewhere. And I forget about stuff. Unless it is like in front of me, I forget that I have it. Until I see somebody else use, something or something similar, and then I'll remember, oh yeah, hey, I have that. I should dig that out. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Oops. Alright, and then we can stuff like this. Let's try and ink these edges in here though, the best that I can without making a total mess. And we can even ink that. Oops, there we go. Okay, so we can put that in there. Almost fits. Pencil. Actually, we'll just cut it at that line above the author. Okay. Then let's see. Got that cute little butterfly stamp there, so where is, do guys see that little strip? Wasn't really looking for this one, but we can use this. That'll be fine. Let's go about right there. Okay. There was a little one that I said, oh hey, this goes with the ephemera. And I put it over here with the ephemera. Let me see. Ooh, I like that one. Little butterfly with some flowers. And let's ink before I stick that down. Try not to get glue all over my hands. There we go. That is super cute. And then this one, I was like, where is my stapler? Maybe. There we go. Staple that right on there. That is super cute, and then that can slide right down in there. Okay, and then we can either paper clip this in, we can glue it in on the from the back, or slide it down into a pocket. Either or. All right, let's do one more. So I have this cute little butterfly stamp. Let's wipe that corner off. Oh, I like that. See what we have down here. Friendship is a sheltering tree. Okay. There we go. Let's ink that. And put that right up the side. So let's see, friendship. Here's a bunny and a butterfly together. All right, I like that. Boy, I can't cut straight. for nothing. There we go. Alright, let's round these corners just a tiny bit. So those are already rounded. So we'll round them top once. And then let's ink. Okay. And let's grab some thread. And get my brown thread. Okay. And before I do that, I want to ink this card. I think I might have forgot to ink the last one. Okay. There we go. And then I am going to use the Beacon Faber-Chat glue. Make sure I get plenty in the center. Recovered. There we go. That is super cute. So we could actually slide that down in there. Okay, let's do one more thing. And I think we can put this little guy together here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to trade these out. So that one is Friendship is the Sheltering Tree. So this has the bunny and the dragonfly, like they're friends. So I'll put that with that. Okay. Let's score this so that I don't fold it all funky. Let's turn it around. Okay, like so. Oh, here it is. Okay. And then we just take this and we glue it here, and that hides the white. How cute is that? And I could have grabbed my art glitter glue. I didn't need the Beacon's Faber-Chat glue, really. Not that it matters. Okay. And cover this before it dries up, because it does dry quick. Alright, and then we will trim over here. Okay. And I think the rest can be hidden by ink. I didn't quite get that. Fold it in half. That'll work. Okay. So then we can take this little pocket and put it right here. It's going to need to be trimmed down just a little bit. So okay. Just trying to see where to start my glue at. Oh. And about right there. Okay. Alright, and then we will trim off the excess over here. Well, not too much over on this side. There we go. So then we have a little pocket here. We can glue this, and which is what I think I'm going to do. All the way up. Yeah. And we're just going to make that a double tuck. Oh my goodness, a double pocket. Okay. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to ink. Which I probably should have inked before I glued that. That's okay. That is alright. So let's close this up real quick. Alright, now some of these little tags will fit perfect in here. And then, nope, that was the plain side that we put this pocket on. Okay, good. Let's see. Oh, here's a cute little hummingbird. Or, let's put the hummingbird and the butterfly in here. And then we can make another library card. Yep, to slide right in there. And then we can paper clip that in the journal. Alright, let's do that real quick. Oh, here's another little tiny pocket. Do we have something to go in it? I don't think, yeah, that's not going to fit. Nope. It's another piece of my scrap paper there. Huh? That's too tiny. We could cut it off though. Yep, we could cut this bottom part off. And make a cute little pocket for the birdie, and this has a bird's nest on it. Okay, and then let's ink this. And might as well ink the card while we're here. Oops. Collect beautiful moments. Okay. We'll put that up in the corner. Glue on 3 sides there. Okay, and then that can just slide right down in there. How cute is that? A little more kindness, a little less hurry. That will not fit. Love is the greatest adventure. Every day is a second chance. Okay. Alright. So let's go ahead and put some glue down the edge here. Then we can put this where we want it. And I should have inked it. Alright. And then trim off the excess. And then that can fit right down in there. So we have a tag in the pocket that has a pocket with a tag. I crack myself up sometimes. Okay guys, we will call it quits for today. We got a little bit done for that journal. So I have some more stuff to put in there. So that is exciting. Yay! So I hope you guys have a really great week. Thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate you being here. Give me a thumbs up, a comment down below. That helps as well. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.